Hello Biafrans and lovers of freedom across the globe. Welcome to Biafra Battle Cry TV, your uncompromising voice for truth, justice, and liberation. Today, we bring Mahmoud Ali Youssouf says, the first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians, and I'm saying this with documented references. This marks a pivotal moment in the global stance against terror in West Africa.
Mahmoud Ali Youssouf says, the first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians, and I'm saying this with documented references. Nigeria's worsening crisis is under renewed international scrutiny after a top African Union official rejected claims of Christian genocide, a statement that drew sharp reaction from Washington. The dispute comes amid a years-long wave of killings, abductions, and village attacks in northern and central Nigeria that Christian communities say have reached crisis levels. Asked by a reporter about President Donald Trump's recent threats to Nigeria over the persecution of Christians, the African Union Commission Chairman Mahmoud Ali Youssouf dismissed the genocide allegations, telling reporters at the United Nations, "Let me say this first. There is no genocide in northern Nigeria." Youssouf continued, from the UN headquarters podium, "We have issued a communication making clear that what's going on in the northern part of Nigeria has nothing to do with the kind of atrocities we see in Sudan or in some parts of eastern DRC. He continued, "The first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians, and I'm saying this with documented references." Youssouf said the situation is extremely complex, warning international actors not to reduce it to a single narrative. The complexity of the situation in northern Nigeria should not be taken lightly, nor described with overly simple language, he said, stressing again, there is no genocide in northern Nigeria. Funerals for some 27 Christians who were reportedly killed by Islamist Fulani tribesmen in the village of Bindi Tahas, Nigeria. Christian Solidarity International. In a statement to Fox News Digital, Senator Ted Cruz, Republican Texas, warned about a PR campaign being waged by the Abuja government to fight the accusations. Nigerian officials know their policies have created an environment in which Christians are being persecuted and slaughtered, including their enforcement of sharia law and their tolerance of Islamist violence. Instead of reversing these policies, they are waging a media campaign to escape exposure and accountability. I intend to prevent them from doing so. Senate Ted Cruz listens during a Senate Foreign Relations Committee hearing March 23, 2021. The White House also responded in starkly different terms. A senior official told Fox News Digital, as the president stated, if the Nigerian government continues to allow the killing of Christians, the U.S. will immediately stop all aid and assistance to Nigeria and may take action to completely wipe out the Islamic terrorists who are committing these horrible atrocities. The official added that President Trump has designated Nigeria a country of particular concern and ordered the Department of War to prepare for possible action. On Capitol Hill, some lawmakers are pressing for even stronger measures. Representative Riley Moore, Republican West Virginia, said the United States could take a range of actions, including sanctions and even kinetic military action, in response to what he called the genocide of Christians in Nigeria. Trump designated Moore, a member of the Appropriations Committee, along with Chairman Tom Cole, Republican Oklahoma, to lead an investigation into the killing of Christians by Islamist militants in the African nation. On Wednesday, Staffan Dujarric, a spokesman for the UN Secretary-General, addressed the issue in response to a question by Fox News Digital at the daily press briefing about persecution of Christians in Nigeria, and whether the Secretary-General supports President Trump's warning that Nigeria must act or face consequences. Dujarric said, "We believe that the Nigerian government has been struggling with an insurgency that has been killing people, whether Muslims, Christians, or others, and I think whatever assistance is needed should be done with the cooperation of the Nigerian authorities."
There is no genocide in northern Nigeria. We have issued a communique making clear that what's going on in northern part of Nigeria has nothing to do with the kind of atrocities we see in Sudan or in some part of eastern DRC. I think the complexity of the situation in northern Nigeria should push us think twice before declaring such or making such statements. The first victims of Boko Haram are Muslims, not Christians. The first victims, and I'm saying it with documented references. So the complexity in the northern part of Nigeria should not be taken, that easily. So what we are saying to those statements, with regard to those statements, is that the African continent is very complex. It's not that easy to describe those situations with such very easy words that can be used in a not reasonable way. That's why the African Union continent, the African Union Commission are very clear about that. We made it clear in our statement and communique, and we would like really to stress again that there is no genocide in northern Nigeria.
You've just heard a message that echoes the cries of the oppressed and the resolve of the free. At Biafra Battle Cry TV, we stand firm in amplifying voices that challenge tyranny and defend humanity. Stay vigilant, stay united, and never stop speaking truth to power. Until next time, keep the fire of freedom burning.